Yeah, we had our first webinar on real estate last month. And given the level of interest that we received, we had about 300 participants, out of which we were able to successfully engage with about 150 prospects. We felt it was probably a good thing to do, have another webinar this month so that we can keep the momentum going and explore opportunities of how we could partner with real estate say stakeholders.
So we really had to do this again. Now, what we are actually going to do today is talk about the real estate domain in general and about real estate sales and marketing in particular. Firstly, let's discuss the hot topic, ChatGPT, and what exactly is it about? Now, ChatGPT is an advanced computer program developed by OpenAI that can have conversations with people like you. It's really good at understanding what you say and coming up with appropriate human-like responses. So what makes ChatGPT really exciting is just that it's been trained on a lot of information from the internet. So it knows a lot about many different topics. It can talk about history, science, entertainment, and much more. Our friends at the OpenAI who made ChatGPT, and I actually say our friends because Ingati and OpenAI are directly integrated, which we will actually be talking about soon. So how can I use ChatGPT and automation in real estate? So will ChatGPT and automation help us in the world of real estate? Like, will it actually provide the use cases that we need? And if so, how? I mean, will a bot be as good and as knowledgeable as a channel partner? Will it really be able to learn and tell me everything about a listing? The answer is actually yes. And to my surprise also, it shows everything that you actually need about a property. So I'm going to show you exactly how that is possible. Let me start by sharing my screen. I'm just going to start a conversation with the bot. So that's basically going to be taking you through the entire bot. But from here, I'm just going to show you what I'm extremely interested in and what I was talking about when I said that the bot knows so much about a particular property. So if you can see my screen, I'll just show you the backend first. We have something called DocuSense here. It's powered by eSense GPT, where you put in your URLs, you put in your PDF, your files about all your documents and all your data about your property. So in this case, what we have done is we've taken a link from Square Yards, and what we want to do is we want to train our bot into whatever you actually can see on your screen over here. And let's see whether it actually works for us. So let's see, maybe I'll ask it a question about Emaar Urbana. So y'all all can see it over here. This is the link that we've attached over here in the Emaar property listings. Let me ask it a question. So here you go.
Wow.
It's told us exactly about it, and you can cross-reference it on this website. So what it does, it pulls all the information. It just needs to be trained. It needs to be trained with anything. That's the power of ChatGPT. That's the power of the Ingati real estate bot. Whatever you have on you, it can just be trained and can answer those questions, and it can be trained in a matter of seconds.
So can you go back to that Emaar page? You scroll down a little bit, maybe. What other properties are there?
So we've got Emaar Palace downtown. Emaar.
Can you ask it a question about Emaar Palace downtown?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I think there's a little of a lag over here. Oh, there we go. So it's basically given all the information about Emaar Palace downtown, and what it's done, it's actually got the information from the data that we have fed in over here, and it's basically giving you everything that you need about this.
And this is generative AI using ChatGPT.
Yes, exactly. So basically, this is what it all boils down to. Selling more, selling faster, a fraction of a. And what I demonstrated to you is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more that you can actually feed into the data in terms of it. So the Engati real estate bot can offer virtual tours, and they really don't stop there. These chatbots keep the flame alive with automatic follow-ups, ensuring leads stay hooked. Best of all, they turbocharge your sales game while saving costs by reducing the need for human resources. In the end, it saves you money. You don't need to spend money training someone. You don't need to worry that this person's not going to give you the right data about the property. And you can chat with so many people at the same time on this. It actually makes a one-man real estate army, which is controlled by you. Don't you think, Siddharth?
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for the demonstration, Danesh. I guess, so generally when we have these webinars, we structure them around a flow of why, what, when, how, and where, right? And I guess you have already alluded to a little bit with a teaser trailer on what Engati can do for you with ChatGPT. But essentially, why are we here, right? We are not here to advise you about the real estate industry. You are the expert in the real estate industry. You know far more about your industry than we can ever hope to understand. But like you rightly said, Danesh, we are here so that we can help you sell more, sell faster, and at a fraction of the cost. As Engati is a conversational AI platform, right? And if we look at the general sales journey, if we could move to the next slide, we talk about 4 pillars of sales, right? We have interest, intent, affirmation, and confirmation. Each of these pillars finds a lot of support. There is a natural way that Engati helps you achieve each of these points, right? So when we talk about interest specifically, here we are getting into, say, billboarding yourself, right? You are sending signals to the universe. You want to have eyeballs looking at you. You want to generate interest in your wares, right? And for real estate, as an industry, while the manufacturers, the developers are the ones who are essentially creating the development. They are bringing inventory online. That is a major part of the business. The other major part of the business is how do you sell this inventory, right? And how do you display your wares? So it's almost like you want to put a billboard on a highway. In today's world, it is the digital highway, right? So how do you generate interest? There are different channels. And while there are, say, email marketing took off and so on and so forth, I would be remiss if I don't bring up, say, WhatsApp in today's world, right? WhatsApp probably has a population of 3 billion online in the world, globally. And while email read rates are probably in the range of 2 to 3%, WhatsApp has a read rate of 80% plus. So that as a channel is the gorilla when it comes to, say, broadcasting, right? And that is where Engati fits in squarely. But that is not it, right? So real estate being a visual, you could say, domain, a visual use case, where you want to display your properties and the localities, find use cases in Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, which is a very visual channel. So Engati is integrated with all of these channels, right? And that is how you can, say, broadcast your properties, your listings, and that would be the entry point to get your audience to notice you. So that is the push side of it. On the pull side of things, let's say that you want to reach out to a higher quality inbound kind of audience where you integrate your bots, right? Your QR codes of WhatsApp, your links to your bots as part of your overall digital marketing campaigns, and let the interest come in as a reverse inquiry. So if somebody is actually interested, they will initiate a conversation, which will trigger a path directly on the WhatsApp chat. So we are looking at both push and pull kind of generating interest.
So, responding to your broadcast message is actually intent. Now, that told you about completely, broadcasting all the messages, but you must be worried about it. Like, okay, are people going to really open my message? Are people going to respond? And like he rightfully said, WhatsApp has a read rate of 80%, while with emails is just about 2%. So we are here to help you capitalize on that. And it's not only WhatsApp, it's also Instagram. You can put your Instagram ads out and lead them directly to WhatsApp, and there you'll have your chatbot completely conversing with it. You can put a beautiful picture of your property, you can put anything. We will help you with those templates because we have worked with a lot of companies and we have seen that this works. It's got them a lot of leads. So all we want you to do is help you capitalize on WhatsApp, capitalize on this market, and just sit back and enjoy all the leads and get that affirmation and confirmation from it.
Yeah. So again, like you said, Danish, the depth of the conversation will be essentially, so you are sending signals to the universe and let's say somebody is responding back. That is getting you a yeah or a nay sign, right? Is there interest? Is there intent? And what is the intent? And as the conversation proceeds, you start getting proof points, right? And as we'll be seeing in the demo, we will start, say, qualifying the leads. So that is the affirmation point. The ultimate goal, one of the major milestones in the sales process of real estate is getting somebody to visit your site, right? So that is a big affirmation that this is a positive intent, this is a good lead. And once somebody visits the site, even before that, if there is a human touch involved, so that kind of confirms the lead that, hey, this is actually a very good lead. All of these 4 stages, right? The automation can be provided by Angati on different channels, starting with interest, intent, affirmation, and confirmation. Right. So there's a whole spectrum of possibilities here at every stage. Lead generation, qualification, you could say further lead, increasing the quality, and then finally the human touch as well. All of these have pillars built in where Engati naturally supports.
Now with Engati's real estate chatbot, you get a full-fledged solution that is ready to rock right out the box. We will give you templates to basically reach out to your audience. And one of its impressive features is it's intelligent and it understands and it responds to any of the questions you ask about it. It learns from the data like I showed you, whichever you put on it, and it gives you, features such as amenities, specifications, and pricing. So once a chatbot has absorbed all this knowledge, and trust me, it just takes seconds, it becomes a master communicator. It can then answer any question related to your property launch, whether it's about the location, room sizes, nearby amenities, or even the availability of specific features. It's like actually having an expert on your hand who knows every nook and cranny of your property. And you don't even really need to train it. You don't need to spend hours to train it. You don't need to spend days, and your manpower cost completely reduces, like we've been discussing about. So now let me pass the baton to Siddharth back again, who has tirelessly been working on the real estate channel and working very closely with one of our major real estate clients. Siddharth, why don't you tell us about the client and the super bot you built for them?
Sure. So I guess the devil lies in the details, right? And what I would like to show is the template, the real estate template that we have built out for some of our marquee clients, right? And that includes Hiranandani, which is both a national player in India as well as an international player in the Middle East markets. We have Danube Properties, we have HU Property Consultants, Allegiance Real Estate. Now, when it comes to the use cases of real estate, we have lead generation, which is coming from broadcast, lead qualification, information dispersal, as well as scheduling a site visit. And 80% of these use cases have been built and they are available out of the box. So I'm going to navigate to the Hiranandani bot and just initiate a conversation. Now, as you can see, this is happening on WhatsApp in real time. Given that I have already conversed with this bot, it does not need to capture my name and phone number. But the first time, if I were to say interact with the bot, I can build in a flow to make sure that I am an authenticated person, that my name is captured. If it is different from WhatsApp, if there is an alternate phone number, all that gets captured. But the best thing about WhatsApp is that you capture the phone number right away. So any lead does not need to fill up a form, entering a phone number and so on and so forth. So this is like a natural use case. And again, like I had mentioned, people are sending signals as a part of the conversation. So I am expressing an interest in apartments and between apartments and plots. I'm looking for an apartment. So that qualifies me as a lead, which could be handled by a specific sales team member. And now I can see different options for configurations, features, photos, virtual tours, live chat. I can get brochures as well as directions, right? It is extremely customizable. This is kind of like the gamut of ways that we have seen some of our clients build out the template. But let me just go ahead and see the configuration of the apartment. So we see multiple options, right? And it shows me 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom with a specific square footage area, different configurations. And I have the option of scheduling a visit or chatting with a sales team member right away. Now understand that I might not be interested in chatting right now, but I can say schedule a site visit. As soon as I hit it, again, I'm sending a signal that I'm actually someone who is interested in a 2-bedroom configuration. Now, we can build these flows differently. You can check for budgets. You can check for, say, when is it that you want to require. All of this is adding to the layers of information that is being collected. For now, today is the 27th. I'm just going to go ahead and schedule a meeting for the 29th. This is integrated with Google Calendar. It can be integrated with your CRM as well. Let's say 11 a.m. So this is a major milestone. I have scheduled a site visit. I am now a high quality lead. So all the things that we spoke about, right? Generating the interest, getting the intent, the affirmation, and confirmation is a part of the flow. The entry point to this bot could be several ways. You can initiate a conversation with this bot, either as receiving this message via broadcast or a QR code in the print media or a click to WhatsApp ad on Instagram. Several ways of reaching this bot, or it could just be a phone number that is displayed somewhere on a flyer, right? So the entry points to this bot are several. Let me go ahead and show you some of the other things that we have built out. So let's say that I want to see more pictures. Again, it's a visual way of getting interest, right? Here, you have to put on your creative hat from a marketing perspective and make your collaterals as attractive as possible, because ultimately these are the hooks, right? So somebody who is, say, familiar with, say, marketing, website designing, visual designing will kind of be the right people to, say, design these cues, something which attracts users and makes them respond right away, right? Okay, I can go back up here and even look at plots. So let's say I change my mind. I no longer want the apartments. I'm interested in plots. If I select plots now, again, I come across as somebody who is interested in both apartments and plots. So maybe it goes to another sales team who is knowledgeable of plots as well. I can see the directions as well. Right? It will send you a Google Map link. It will also send you PDFs, give you all the features and so on and so forth. Now, what flows that we have seen are something which we call as structured communication, right? So these are structured flows. Again, Engati is a low-code, no-code platform. it is essentially drag and drop. But in order to kind of help you hit the road running, we have already built this template out. What I can show you is how the unstructured communication takes place. Now, this similar template is also built as we have created like a demo template similar to what I just showed you under the Engati name. And I can show you again what how Danesh had demoed about the EMR. So I'm going to ask about, tell me about EMR Urbana. So here you are looking at a prospect, a customer who does not really want to engage in a structured communication, but wants, say, general information on properties. Now that should actually open up light bulbs in, say, stakeholders of real estate, where all the, you could say, the minutiae, the details, something which are referenceable, right, can be uploaded as a URL or a document. And let me show you how simple it is to do that. So we had DocuSense, and I'm sure Danesh showed this earlier. We just have to click this button, enter a file or a URL, and ChatGPT trains it right away. The training typically takes only a few minutes for the training to happen, right? So we have unstructured communication here as well. So the limits are, I mean, there are no limits to how you can kind of use this sort of an experience, with the end goal being just one. You want to engage with your audience, you want to engage with your customers, you want to sell more, sell faster, and at a fraction of the cost. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now, and I'll let Danesh conclude the what we're talking about here.
Sure. So in addition to what Siddharth also said, so we also have a very exciting feature called Smart Assist when it comes to it. Now, I'm not sure if we can demonstrate right now, but so what exactly happens is, now we've told you, you can train the bot on anything and any URL you want to upload and any file you want to upload. But what if it's something you haven't uploaded and your agent who's on the other line gets a question which he doesn't know how to answer? So we have a solution for that too. All the agent has to do is ask ChatGPT on our backend system of our bot, and it'll give you the exact answer on how to speak to the customer on it. So this was a recent update, and it is actually making waves also in the real estate industry. So, we've been told by many that this is the best bot in real estate, and the industry has seen. We've attached a QR code for you to test out the bot and actually be the judge of it yourself. And I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Additionally, for all those in the webinar to reach out to us, you can reach out to us and we will build a custom template for you. So basically, you have to just sit back and look at the leads come in. So Siddharth, could we open it up to questions right now?
Yeah, look, you can feel free to hit us up whenever you would like to. We would love to engage with you, and people who are registered to the webinar today, if you would like us to customize a template for you, we would be happy to do that. Meanwhile, if you have any questions that we can answer right now, we would love to engage.
So Siddharth, we've got several questions. Would you like to go ahead and answer them?
Yeah. So the first question is, what are the benefits of automated scheduling for property visits, and how can it improve the efficiency of sales team? So automated scheduling is essentially, it's like a CTA, right? You want to minimize the number of clicks it takes for somebody to buy something on Amazon, right? Which is what you're trying to do the same here with real estate. You want to get the maximum number of people to visit your site. That's the footfall that you have on your property. Now, when it comes to sales, you are looking at a closure rate which is proportional to your pipeline, right? If you have a giant pipeline, you will have a high closure rate as well. So here the pipeline is actually measured by the number of people who visit. So all we are trying to do here is remove the friction of people to visit your site. The next question is, how can chatbots assist in resolving customer queries and providing real-time information about properties? So while we have chatbots which are trained to answer some questions, what Engati also provides is a live chat solution where agents can actually step in. They can monitor the conversation in real time, and they can bring in the human element. So let's say that a conversation is proceeding and there is an intent, there is affirmation, the prospect wants to visit the site, but there is some sense that, hey, maybe it is a high value prospect. And let's say that there is a human sitting and monitoring the chat. That agent can actually engage in a live conversation right away. So it actually shows that, hey, as I am kind of trying to get 5-star service, right? You can actually include that as a part of the experience. And that is what people are looking for when they're looking for a high value transaction like real estate, is the human element. So common queries like something which is referenceable, right, can be answered by the bot. But when it comes to actual, say, answering questions, when it comes to negotiation, when it comes to the emotional aspect, yeah, we have a live chat as well as the chatbot helping together. The next question is, what are some effective methods for nurturing prospects and maintaining long-term relationships with potential buyers in the real estate sector? So when we are talking about nurturing prospects, we have to understand that when we buy a property, that is typically the highest value purchase that many people make in their lifetimes, right? And there is a lot of emotion involved. There is a lot of research involved. So it's not that you overnight up and, hey, I want to visit a site, I want to buy it today. So it is typically a process which lasts a year, 6 months, and people evaluate all their options. So here the relationship building is critical. So let's say that you send a broadcast and somebody has responded, but they did not kind of visit your site. But you do capture the information and say when the next project launches, or maybe 3 months down the line, you can actually retarget the same audience, because that audience will actually give you the higher probability of closure, right? So there was an interest shown. Maybe it's time to revive the interest. Maybe it's time to engage them, build a relationship, and use other tricks in the trade to be able to kind of get a deal to happen. Right? So these are all standard, you could say, marketing and sales tricks. But given that we are talking about real estate, we are looking at longer sales cycles, up to 6 months, a year, and so on. How can virtual tours and 360-degree experiences contribute to enhance the sales process? Now, again, so real estate is, again, a very visual, you could say, as a sale, right? You have a dream of owning a property where you would want to spend the rest of your life. So you can imagine this dream. Now, it's similar to Instagram. Now, I plan holidays personally by looking at where other people are taking a trip, right? So same goes for real estate. If I see a property where a lot of people are actually looking to evaluate, and it's because it is being presented in such a beautiful manner, I mean, my dopamine effect will go off, right? So, hey, I would love to visit that property. Now, how do you kind of capitalize on that effect? you send them, make it easy for your prospects to engage in a visual manner. You make it easy for them to actually take 360 tours. You can just send them a video. WhatsApp allows you to send a video. You can have a creative 360-degree tour of your property, of your apartment, and basically see your you could say sales funnel improving, because not only will it signal that somebody is, it's like people will download an ebook from a website, right? So if somebody's watching a video and is actually investing maybe 5 minutes of their time, precious time watching a video, it actually signals that, hey, this is a good prospect. And you can take the cues from that action and then further reach out to such leads. I think this is the last question that we'll be taking. How can chatbots and automation assist in post-sale support and maintain customer engagement? So while we have been alluding a lot about, say, sales and pre-sales, the sale just does not end with people signing an agreement. There is a lot of post-sale support needed as well. In terms of, so while properties are under construction and say the developer is asking for funds, because typically you don't make the payment outright while the property is being built, right? And there is a lot of legal support that is required. There is a lot of say updates that are required in terms of finances. A chatbot can actually automate these use cases as well, which is not related to sales per se, but is more related to say the post-sales use cases. All of this automation can involve some sort of training, can involve some sort of ChatGPT integration, can involve some sort of integration with backend systems, so that an authenticated user can actually check what is the payment which has been made so far and what is the upcoming payment. Even after, say, you have started living in your apartment, there are developers who kind of maintain your properties. So those kind of use cases can be done on WhatsApp, on different channels, using a chatbot as well.
So I think that was the last question that is given to us. Thank you so much for attending our webinar. We would like to inform you all that please do click on the link to claim your free resource and do get in touch with us. We're serious about that template, and it will actually help you all increase your leads. Thank you so much for attending the webinar of the Ingati Real Estate Chatbot.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Danesh.
Thank you.